This guy was doing push-ups with a massive boulder on his back, clearly a martial arts prodigy. But his master only had him hauling water every day. After hauling water, he had to chop firewood, never teaching him any actual kung fu. One day he accidentally wandered into a forbidden area, where some strange dude was locked up. The man discovered this weirdo was actually a martial arts master. From then on, the man would stash away some food, then secretly brought it to the weirdo. The weirdo taught him some deadly techniques, but the guy's moves were absolutely brutal. One day the man was practicing hard in a grove, when a nun walked by and saw his vicious strikes. She threw a pebble that hit his hand. The man immediately chased after her and knelt down, hoping she'd give him some pointers. Seeing his sincere attitude, she told him his fighting style was way too brutal, and offered to teach him some evasive techniques. They went to a pool filled with butter. First the nun explained the basics, then she leaped gracefully into the pool. Her movements were swift and elegant, her feet dancing around with incredible agility. After her demonstration, the nun left the pool. The man watched and was eager to try. He took a deep breath and jumped in, but the moment he landed, he face-planted. He tried struggling to get up, but slipped and fell flat on his back again. The nun told him that water hauling and wood chopping were the foundation. The man took her advice to heart. With his natural talent and relentless effort, he quickly mastered what the nun taught him. He even combined it with the deadly moves from the prisoner. He was totally confident in his skills. That day he said goodbye to the abbot, ready to leave the mountain. But Shaolin Temple had one strict test. Students wanting to leave had to pass through the Wooden Man Alley. This alley had dozens of wooden dummies lined up in 2 rows. The wooden figures had mechanical joints. Once activated, they'd attack from all directions. At first, the man handled it easily, using his kung fu skills against the wooden dummies. But as his stamina wore down, he gradually started struggling. He barely dodged one dummy's punch. As he went deeper, the attacks got more intense. He got hit over and over but didn't give up. With sheer willpower and his martial arts skills, he finally made it through the Wooden Man Alley. But his test wasn't over yet. When he reached the exit, a huge cauldron blocked his way. The cauldron weighed 1,000 pounds and was steaming hot. The man glanced at it and walked forward without hesitation. He centered his energy and extended his arms, then gripped the cauldron tightly. Even though the heat had him sweating buckets, he gritted his teeth and held on. Finally, he managed to move the cauldron and passed Shaolin Temple's final test.